What's up, guys? Thrill Bill with Amusement Addicts, and I can't believe it. Kings Island has announced Vortex has reached the end of its life cycle. Vortex will be removed after October. So, after all of the rumors, decades of GP rumoring that Vortex is sinking, and enthusiasts rumoring that Kings Island's going to tear down Vortex. It's got a lot of downtime. It hurts. It's like, honestly, what I'm going through right now is like your father built you this treehouse. It was a death trap. It creaks. It hurts to climb the ladder. It's a tetanus machine. But you love that treehouse. You grew up with that treehouse, and now it's being torn down. That's how I feel about Vortex right now. I grew up with Vortex. It's always been there. I've always ridden it. Even though it hurt, even though it was an unenjoyable, absolutely non-re-rideable roller coaster. Let's look at the website where they announced that they are going to destroy Vortex. Roller coaster fans, it's time to make plans to visit Kings Island to say goodbye before the Vortex rides into history on October 27th, the final days of the fall season. Wow. Vortex has been a guest favorite since it debuted April 11th, 1987. It is 33 years old, guys. And it's gone. Now, I know. I'm going to really get into this. But Vortex was designed exclusively for Kings Island, hence the custom looper tag, by Aerodynamics, and included the following. It was a 148-foot tall hill and a drop of 138 feet. At 55 miles an hour, or at a 55-degree angle. So not the steepest drop in the world. No one claims that Vortex had the greatest drop in the world. 2 vertical loops, 1 corkscrew, 1 boomerang turn, which was the most painful part of the ride, and a 360-degree helix to end it. Guys, it's terrible. Vortex hurts. And I know a lot of people are upset about it, and like I said, it's like that friend that you had a falling out with, and he just moves away. But you always really liked that friend deep down inside, even though at the surface you hated that friend. That is what this is like for me. Final rides will begin at Haunt. This was yesterday at 6 p.m. So, over the past 33 seasons, more than 45 million people have ridden Vortex. It opened as the tallest, fastest roller coaster in the world. It was the only roller coaster with 6 inversions. And I gotta say, I loved it as a kid. As an adult, I cannot wait for this thing to go. And it's time to start thinking about what they are going to put in Vortex place. I think that plot of land will remain empty for a long time. I do. Listen, we got a brand new Giga Coaster being built as we speak in the park. So, I do not expect a 2021 roller coaster. I don't expect a 2022 roller coaster. I don't even expect a 2023 roller coaster. The soonest I believe that this land will be occupied by anything else will be 2025. And a lot of speculations are what Cedar Fair has been doing. Where are they going to put where Vortex went? Honestly, I'm going to get into that. But I just wanted to show you some pictures of Vortex, and let's reminisce on the headaches, the ear bleeding if you had pierced ears, the insanely long lines to absolutely beat the hell out of yourself. Dad, that's what we did. We waited for an hour and a half to ride this insanely brutal roller coaster. Just for the nostalgia, or the coaster point, or because, like I said, the nostalgia. It's Vortex, man. It's Vortex. And as many times as I've ridden Vortex, it's hard to see. At the same time, you know I'm an advocate for removing rides that are no longer re-rideable, but this is Vortex. I grew up with this. This was my this is the roller coaster that we ran to the back of the park to ride when the park opened. That is what that's Vortex, okay? And even though it literally beat the crap out of you, and there's no way a normal person could ride it or marathon Vortex, it still had the nostalgia, man. It was still Vortex. And the land it occupied from the bat, that is hollow ground right there, you know? It really is. And it's a bittersweet moment for me because I know something awesome is going to come to Kings Island, but we're losing an icon. We really are. Even though, forget about how bad it hurt. Forget about your pierced ears bleeding. Forget about the drop being so-so. Forget about that boomerang turn being the roughest part of the ride. We're still talking about major nostalgia and a lot of our childhoods. If you grew up around Kings Island, Vortex was your weekend. You would wait behind that rope and run to Vortex. That was your weekend. That was your summer. That's what we dealt with. That's what we did. And so the coaster enthusiast in me and the child in me is screaming, no, 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 no. But the human being, the adult version of me is going, and the coaster enthusiast version of me is going, something big is going to come to Kings Island. They're going to replace it with something smooth and something thrilling and something intense and something with an 80 to 90 degree drop most likely. But let's get into what could possibly be going in there. We see Intamin Blitz on the screen right now. There's been a lot of talk that Intamin Blitz would look amazing. It would fit perfectly in that plot of land. It's not going to happen. Cedar Fair is not going to go with Intamin in this plot of land. And now they're talking dive coaster. Okay, we know Cedar Fair has built dive coasters. They just put one in Canada's Wonderland this year. Valraven. I don't think this is happening either. Although it would probably fit perfectly. It's sort of underground a little bit, that plot of land. What about a ground-up RMC? We're talking a ground-up RMC Steel Vengeance type of roller coaster with an 85 to 90 degree drop. What do you think? My thought is no. It's a very expensive roller coaster to build from the ground up, and we're getting a Giga this year, next year. What about a Mack multi-launch? What about something like Copperhead Strike? Would Cedar Fair go with another Mack multi-launch or just another Mack coaster in general? Maybe. Honestly, Copperhead Strike's a nice, smooth roller coaster. It's not as intense as we hoped, but honestly, what's wrong with it? That's a possibility. What about a RMC Raptor? Well, here's the problem with the Raptor, guys. Kings Island is a huge park that draws a huge crowd, and the capacity is just horrendous. So I do not see Cedar Fair putting an RMC Raptor at Kings Island. Now, I could be wrong. They could be in the workings of it now, and they could put it up in 2023, 2025. What about a wing coaster? Now, Cedar Fair has only built one wing coaster, and that is obviously Gatekeeper at Cedar Point. They have not built another one. But you might be asking, well, is it time? Is it time to build another one? Is it time to take the records that Gatekeeper broke? What about the launch record? Why couldn't we take the fastest launched wing coaster record? This is a possibility, except wing coasters require usually a lot of land. And I don't think that is going to go in that plot of land. I think wing coasters just, they require too much land to put a wing coaster where Vortex will no longer stand. So my thought is RMC Raptor, maybe, but probably unlikely. Wing coaster, absolutely not. No B&M wing coaster. What about a B&M dive? Possibly, maybe, but Mack multi-launch, that is a better possibility in my opinion. Tell me what you think in the comments. I will keep you updated on deconstruction. I'll see you in the queue line. Thrill Bill out.